Rod Blagojevich embarrassed Illinois. He tried to sell our Senate seat. And now Blagojevich's Lieutenant Governor, Pat Quinn, wants to hand-pick our senator, going back on his word. The people of Illinois deserve better than another political power grab. You deserve to be heard. You deserve a special election. Leaders, major newspapers, and watchdog groups agree. It's time for a special election. Give the people's seat back to Illinois. Call your legislator. Tell them we want a special election.
Well, that was a new ad by the Illinois GOP calling for, as you heard, a special election to choose President-elect Obama's successor in the U.S. Senate. Now, Governor Rod Blagojevich is facing federal corruption charges, as you know. If he were to resign or be impeached, which is a possibility here, then the lieutenant governor of the state would get to pick Mr. Obama's Senate replacement. But some Republicans say, obviously, based on that ad, that's not the way to go. They say the only way to restore the public confidence in this appointment is to hold a special election and let the people decide. National Review Online's Byron York joins us now on the latest. Hi, Byron.
Hi, Megan.
All right, so many things could happen here. Before we get to how they're going to fill this seat, we heard reports over the weekend saying the governor may resign on Monday. Then they came out today and said, no, he's not resigning on Monday. In fact, Byron, according to reports, I want to get this straight, he is intending to be in his Chicago office this morning to sign a bill to give tax credits to filmmakers who come to Illinois. The man's doing business as usual?
I think he's very specifically trying to do business as usual because, you know, the Attorney General in Illinois, Lisa Madigan, has launched this request to the state Supreme Court to say that he's unable, that he's disabled from doing his job as if he had had a stroke or a heart attack. And so I think he's trying to show that, no, I'm the governor, I'm fulfilling the functions of the governor, you know, lawfully. Right.
So you got two ways that he could be bounced out right now. You got the Attorney General asking the state Supreme Court bounce him out because he's incapacitated, which is a novel legal argument, a first impression. That's an uphill battle for her. But then you got the state legislature, which is trying to take a look at whether he should be impeached. And they could bounce him out, and if they do, then what happens?
Well, then the question is how to replace him. And, you know, last week when this scandal first came out and everybody was so appalled about Governor Blagojevich, a number of prominent Democrats, including Dick Durbin, the other senator from Illinois, and Harry Reid, the Senate Majority Leader, said we got to have a special election. Anybody picked by Rod Blagojevich would be tainted, so we need to have a special election. So now you just saw that commercial. Republicans have picked up on that and said we need to have a special election. And I think a number of Democrats now think, well, gee, after a week of this, we don't know how long it's going to go on. People might think this is a Democratic scandal, and who knows, they could elect a Republican. So,
and let me just jump in on that point, because if the lieutenant governor, who's also a Democrat, gets to appoint his choice, we can assume it's going to be another Democrat.
You will have a guaranteed Democratic seat, but if
there's a special
election,
any party could win.
It's possible. I mean, obviously, it's not likely that the people of Illinois would elect a Democratic senator. The Republican Party put on a pretty pathetic effort against Barack Obama in 2004 when their candidate exploded in scandal, and then they imported Alan Keyes. So, you know, it would probably stay in Democratic hands, but that's a risk that a lot of Democrats don't want to take.
But if they have a special election, they're saying it could cost the people of Illinois around $30 million. That seems like a lot of money to expend when you're likely to get a Democrat with a special election, or if the lieutenant governor gets to appoint one.
Well, it is, the estimate is $30 million, but the people of Illinois are facing this problem. The governor probably cannot stay in office, and there is this open Senate seat. So really, again, the most democratic way, with a small d, the most democratic way to find a successor would be to have a special election, no question about it.
I'm out of time, but I want to ask you quickly, what are the odds of him being impeached, and how long would that take?
Well, they're starting a special session today. Some people say it could take a month. Some people say they could do it more quickly. Big thing is that they would have to, the legislature would have to conduct its own investigation into the facts. That'd be interesting.
Sure will. Boy, oh boy, it gets more bizarre by the day. Signing legislation today, he is. Byron York, thank you so much.